Good evening. We're going to go ahead and get set up for tomorrow morning's trading. At the time of this recording, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. I am going to set up a paper trade using TradingView. And we're using the paper trading. So this does not constitute as any financial advice. Again, this channel is all about how-tos. And we're going to just be playing around today with how to set up resistance lines, support lines, and trend lines on the app using the TradingView platform. And we're going to use an example stock. Like I'm going to go ahead and look at the SPY options. That's the S&P 500 Spider. And we're going to go ahead and attempt to draw these lines and place an order. Get it set up for tomorrow morning so when the market opens, we can use live data to see what we got as we're teaching ourselves how to trade. Let's go ahead and get into it right here, right now on the Ujamaa Network. If you haven't already set up your paper trade account, I'm going to go right into how to do that now. On the right hand side, right here at the top, you're going to look at trade, hit that trade button, and then you're going to select paper trading. Again, this is not financial advice. We are just showing you how to do things within the app. Go ahead and connect. On the bottom of the screen now, you're going to see that you are set up for paper trading on TradingView, and you have no open orders, no positions. Okay. I'm looking at SPY. So if I wanted to change that, just click on that here. And let's type in like a company like Rocket Lab, and then select it, hit enter. That'll change the options or stock or asset you're trying to trade on. But again, our example is going to be the Spider. S&P 500 EFT Trust. We're going to go ahead and hit that and enter. We're going to set the time interval to 5 minutes. Okay. Now let's get into the chart. It's choppy data at best. It's really small. You can adjust by taking your mouse and looking over the time, a date there. There's today's date. That's the 29th. This is Friday. And based on just this information here, and I'm going to try to expand this just a little bit, because I want to set up a proposed trend line, support line, what have you. Now, if we zoom out, you can see that it's been trading upwards, right? But we're going to just focus in on one particular point in time. That's over the weekend, last Friday, and going into today. So let's go back out, raise this up, stretch out the amounts of time, move back in, put it all in focus. First, let's draw a support line. Okay, this is the lows that it's been doing. So to do that, we go over to these lines options here. See that little arrow next to it? Click on the trend tools, and I want to do a horizontal line. Okay, I'm going to look at the points on this chart where that low point kind of intersects. Now, 2 dips does not constitute a support line, but I'm just using this as an example. So I want to hit it right around here, not during the trading, right where the body of the trades were making place. So like here and here. So it's close to right there. And we're going to use that as our support line because every time it gets down to that point, it starts trending upwards, at least in the last couple of days. Got here and it started going upwards over the weekend. So it may continue that trend. Now, let's look at a resistance. When do these things start pulling back? So I'm going to go ahead, get another line, Gonna pick on a horizontal line again. This time, I'm going to look at the tops. So somewhere around here, and it started going down. It broke resistance support there. Around here, started going down again. I'm just going to put it right here just to let you know what it is. So go ahead and select that. And we're going to change the color to red. Now, professionals will tell you that I'm probably doing this all wrong. But again, we're just using and focusing on the app itself, how you can get comfortable setting these things up with your own skills and talents and just with practice. So we're going to call this our support. This is our resistance. Now let's look at a trend. What is it actually doing? Again, we're going to go over here, hit that trend tool. There's a trend line. The trends work very differently. I'm looking at all the times it's kind of gone up. See this little dip here, kind of went up, and it came back down. But if I'm looking from here to here, the trend is going to be where these lines touch at. Okay, so if I'm saying here's the trend, there's a trend, and I want to draw it all the way over to here. So we got our trend line in yellow, our support line in blue. This is where the asset is getting low points to and then starting to climb back up. And somewhere over here at the top around 760 is where this thing is kind of rejecting and falling back down. This is my play area. Last time it was recorded, it was at like 590. All right. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to place an order right here, hoping that this trend continues. So I'd set a purchase at 590, hoping it goes up to 760, and then start beginning to put in your, clicking that, sell orders, and you do a stop loss and a take profit order to wherever you want this thing, where you think this thing is going to go. All right, and I might bring that down. If I'm correct, and I go ahead and hit that buy order. And you look at your orders. Come tomorrow, we're already set up. It's as simple as that. Now come tomorrow morning, what I'm going to do is we're just going to periodically watch it from the time the opening bell starts. We're going to go ahead and see what happens and just learn from our experiences. That's all we're here to do. Again, this is not financial advice. These are how-to videos. Today we just showed you how to set up a support resistance line and a trade line, and we're going to place a trade in your paper trading. This is going to give you the experience you need when you start dealing with your real money, and we're going to use live time data to figure all this out. If you like what you see here, keep coming back and make sure you join me tomorrow morning. Again, this is June 29th, 1 in the morning. Set this stuff up before you start trading and then see how this goes. Now, depending on how much money you're going to have in the future and what you're going to be putting in the market versus the paper trades, you might want to do this with a couple of different options, a couple of different stocks. We're just focusing on one so we can get the basics in. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Join us tomorrow and let's see how we did. Like the channel, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.